What's up guys, this is Chronic Rush and welcome to episode 70 of my FIFA 14 Road to Gold Around the World series. Welcome back guys, and today we're moving on to episode 70, big number of episodes, and we're getting quite far in this Road to Gold Around the World series. Last episode we finished off with the second Bundesliga, which means we're going on to one of the best leagues in the game, the Bundesliga, and I've got 130-ish K to go and spend out on a fairly solid team, and there's quite a few cheap, solid players in the Bundesliga, such as Wiedenfeller, 83 rated keeper, and he goes for about 1.2k, 1.4k with the glove chemistry style, which is probably one of the better ones for a goalkeeper. Moving on to the right back, we're going to pick up Piszczek, probably one of the strongest right backs in the Bundesliga. But guys, as you can see from some of these prices, they may be a bit high to what the current market is on the time of me actually doing the recording of this video, and when you guys may actually be watching it. This is due to the market crash due to the team of the years. Basically, after I finished with this squad, the amount I lost a couple of coins, shall I say, on some of the players just because of the prices that dropped. I think Piszczek price dropped about half. So it's kind of frustrating, but these players were still very, very good players indeed. We're going to pick up Dante at the back there. We're going to be playing the 4-2-3-1 formation. And sorry about it, guys. And we're going to play the ones with all the cams in, because I think the Bundesliga got quite a few fairly solid centre attacking mids and a very, very good midfielder. The wingers are fairly poor in terms of the availability at this price, should I say. Obviously, you got Robin and Ribery, but they're too expensive. Got Jefferson Farfan, which is fairly solid, as well as the Elia, I think it is, out on the left. So they are, if you were to go for the wingers alternative, they would be your alternatives. But I was having some trouble with the market, wasn't too sure what was going on. As you can see, they go and pick up Alaba for 7k, which is a fairly decent buy. As you can see, I picked up Socrates as well. So we've got our defence finished: Piszczek, Dante, Socrates, and Alaba there at the back. Very, very solid defence as well. Moving on to some CDMs here, looking for Luis Gustavo, and he goes for about discard price, and he's a phenomenal CDM, guys. Definitely recommend picking him up. He's got a decent amount of pace and just very, very good stats across the board. And I would definitely recommend him picking him up in the CDM spot if you're looking for one. He's just a fairly well-rounded, solid player. Work rates for work perfectly well. Also picks up a couple of goals. Shooting's not the highest, but you're not going to take many shots with your CDMs. Moving on to the centre attacking mid here, we're going to pick up the main man of the squad, Mario Götze, the Bayern Munich centre attacking mid, and he went for about 30k maybe. Was going to pick him up in the Maestro chemistry style, which is probably one of the best ones for that centre attacking mid spot. Increases all the stats you want increased, and I do believe I picked one up for about 31k there. Decent amount of contracts and a decent price, 31k for a Maestro version of him, and go and put him straight in the team where he's going to do very, very well indeed. Looking for the two other cams here I was choosing, and first we're going to go and pick up is Diego, the Wolfsburg centre attack mid, 84 rated player, and this guy's an absolutely fantastic cam, guys. You've probably heard from many other YouTubers, if you watch the videos, that this guy, if they build in Bundesliga, this guy's probably one of the best players if they have him in the squad. And I definitely agree with that. Very, very solid centre attacking mid, 84 rated player. And I definitely recommend picking up if you're looking for a play in that cam spot. Moving on to the striker, the lone striker up top, we're going to pick up Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. And I kind of fucked up there, guys. You may have just quickly seen. Sorry, guys. I actually went and picked him up as a cam. I did that guy complete accident, which it's kind of annoying because obviously I spent about 3.5k I think for him in the cam, but I do believe I'll go and put him on the market and I sell him for the same price, maybe a bit more. So it wasn't too bad, but it's just fairly annoying that I had to then go out and buy another player. But we're going to look for another CDM. Wasn't too sure. I had 76k to play around with. And I was trying to pick up another fairly solid player in the squad. Schweinsteiger, I thought maybe his price would be a bit less than what it currently was, but it was still going for an absolute fortune. So we're going to pick up his teammate, Javi Martinez, the Spanish 84 rated CDM. Got quite a tiny bit of pace, but he's a very, very solid CDM player. Defensive and heading stats, very, very good indeed. Passing and dribbling are fairly standard for a CDM, so he looked fairly solid. And we're looking for one more centre attack in mid. And the main player I was going to go out and actually pick up was going to be the in-form Kevin Prince Boateng. And because I've heard mad reviews on that kid, he looks like a very, very good card indeed. And as you can see here, sorry, I'm checking him up in terms of price and that lot. Because I thought, from what you know, the FIFA websites are saying, his price was around 60k I think at the time of making the video. So I went on, looked around, and it was going for quite a bit more. I think the cheapest one there was about 78k, and that's a lot for Kevin Prince Boateng when I can go and pick up his normal card, which I went out and did. Picked up his normal card in the Maestro for about 1.5k, maybe a bit less, which it was definitely worth it. 42 contracts on that bad boy, prime straight into the club, and I obviously haven't tried out his inform card, but I want to see the difference because he was still a fairly standard card. I would recommend, if you were to build the squad I've got, as you can see on the screen, I would recommend putting Boateng into the middle where Götze is currently playing. When I swapped it up a bit, I seem to get a lot more. I'm not too sure, but Boateng just seemed to play a bit better there. Maybe just he's further up the field, or just in that central role works a bit better, being very, very nice runs off the players and stuff like that. But we're now moving on to the club items part of this video, where I'll basically go out and purchase kits and badges for the club. As well as moving on to one of the major leagues, means we can go out and pick up a stadium. I do believe I'll go and pick up the Allianz Arena. Very, very nice stadium indeed. After, sorry about this, guys. I've got stupid cough, and it's one of those really annoying ones where it's just like tickling in the back of your throat, and it's extremely hard to talk for about more than 5 minutes. So I'm sorry about that, guys, but we're going to continue on. And as you can see, I'm going to pick up the stadium. But this squad, I was pretty hopeful. Because obviously, if you look at the squad, it's going to be one of the strongest squads I'm going to use. BPL squad, French League 1 squad, and now the Bundesliga. They are probably some of the best leagues on this game and got the highest rated players. And I was pretty up for it. As you can see, I've still got 72k to play around with. So I could have probably strengthened the squad in some areas. Especially the striker. I probably should have gone and picked up Lewandowski as that solo striker, because I think Aubameyang works better if you put up 2 up front. Not too sure why. Maybe it's just easy to thread off the through balls and over the top balls, which obviously Aubameyang's the most effective with. But I think maybe if I have Lewandowski, a bit more strength, just maybe a bit more positioning almost, should I say. But I didn't feel Aubameyang made too many runs, which I would expect. And his finishing wasn't up to scratch. Like, I swear he used to be an absolute phenomenal striker in FIFA 13. Maybe it was just me on the day playing with this squad, but Aubameyang just didn't seem to work too well up front. So maybe picking up Lewandowski at that top would work a bit better. But we go straight into the game, and he's going to go and make up the first mistake. And again, there, I really should have finished that. Maybe Lewandowski could have finished it, but this guy's going to go and capitalise on that bad, attacking error, should I say. And Gomez here is going to go and slot that in with a lovely over-the-top ball. And Mario Gomez, shame he wasn't in the Bundesliga anymore. He looks like another fantastic striker indeed to have. Not the fastest, but his shot is absolutely phenomenal. I get scored about so many times. He then goes and picks up a second there with a rebound off the post. A very, very nice shot at the first place. But Mario Mandzukic is going to get the rebound there. He's got the 2 Marios up front, and it's probably a deadly combination, to be honest. Quite a bit of height for that crossing ability. But we move into the 59th minute here, and he's playing it around a bit. And I don't know, I was just rushing into plays a bit more. As you can see, that I was just leading to the 1-2s over the tops. And Mario Gomez goes and makes it 3-0 there in the 60-odd minute. Then going to the 72nd minute here, he goes and picks the ball up. I eventually do win it with Piszczek here. Runs in, should have done better with that ball. Just had plenty of time. Pass it out into Kevin Prince Boateng, who's going to get round 1 and swing that ball into the head of Mario Götze. God knows how he goes and picks up the head of one of the smallest players in the box. That's going to make it 3-1, and that's not the best of starts you want with this squad, where you feel like you could go and easily win some games. As you can see there, he had a bit more possession than me. Shots, I think he had a couple more as well. Which is just a very, very frustrating game indeed, especially when you've got a squad like that, when you know you should be performing with it. Compared to some of the other squads I've been playing with and doing very well, I should be doing them a lot better. But we're going straight into the second game. Hopefully we can change things around and come against a BPL squad here. And we're going to pick up the ball in the 10th minute here. And doing some nice work. Mario Götze here, using his pace, gets around Rio Ferdinand. He is going to see the dust of Mario Götze, cuts inside. And he's just taking the time, finding some space, and gets fairly lucky to stay over that ball. God knows how, and find some space, and outside of the rocket. And that's going to be 1-0 there in the 12th minute. Fantastic finish from Mario Götze. And I definitely recommend picking up in the cam spot. Him, Inform, Boateng, Inform, Boateng, and Diego. If Diego picks up Inform, they could be a 3 deadly pair up top. As you can see there, Götze picking up his second of the game to go and make it 2-0 in the 31st minute. Götze's got a fairly deadly finesse shot. I definitely recommend trying that instead of his power shot. I used his finesse shot a bit more when I got into scenarios like that where I could just finesse it around the keeper. But we go into the 53rd minute here. He's doing a bit of passing work. Wilshere is going to pick the ball up, runs past Dante, and I believe that's going to be a very, very annoying goal to concede. It's one of those extremely awkward looping headers, which apparently is an own goal. I looked at the replay about 10 times, and God knows how they could have given that an own goal. But as you can see there, we won the game. We had a lot more possession in him, a lot more shots, and we deserved that win. I'm really should have tucked away more opportunities. And like I said, maybe Lewandowski up front would be a lot better. But guys, this is coming towards the end of the episode. If you'd like, so remember to click the like button. Also remember to subscribe, stay tuned, and any feedback in the comments would be much appreciated, guys. This has been Crush. Till next time, adios.